Call to order the January meeting of the Oxford Planning Commission. Commissioners, you have the agenda before you. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda? All right, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
There is a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor? Aye. All right. Any changes or additions to the minutes of the December meeting? No? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the December minutes.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. That moves us to the staff reports. Ben?
Happy New Year. In front of your seat, you do have an analysis of the 2022 Planning Commission and cases that we heard. We had 117 items. Actually, we had 3 of those that were withdrawn, so really it's 114 that came before the Commission for consideration. And so you see there's 2 sides to that sheet, both in charts that give you a little bit more data and detail that you break it down. But I do want to just kind of walk through a few of those. So 114 items, about 95% were approved. The breakdown was we had 37 special exception requests. We had 29 site plans, whether approvals or modifications. 26 subdivision requests were, again, preliminary, final, or modifications. 22 variances, and then we had 2 rezoning requests. It's a pretty, it's 55 of the requests were residential, with 44 being commercial and 10 institutional. And of those variance requests, we had 6 variances to the Build 2 line, 5 were for fence height, 3 stormwater requests, and then we had 8 other requests. So, here or there, based on certain things, there were no real categories there. And then lastly, with the special exceptions, we had 6 requests for ground floor residential, 5 for drive-through restaurants, 4 for building height and Build 2 lines. So in suburban centers, suburban corridor, you could request a larger Build 2 line by special exception. 3 residential common interest developments, 3 service stations, and 12 others. So I've provided you the data. You can take a look at it, and please let me know if you have more questions or would like me to send you that. That way you can see it not on an 8.5 by 11. I'm happy to do that. So,
thank you, Ben. Will you be sharing this with the Board of Aldermen as well?
I'm going to definitely, I'll give that to the Board of Aldermen, but I'm also going to make sure it's posted to the agenda for today under the staff report.
Thank you. Any questions for Ben?
And we do have our building official, Jonathan Mizell. He's in the room, and he's going to come up and give you a quick report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are y'all? My name is Jonathan Mizell. This is actually my first meeting that I've actually came to attend, and moving forward, I will be frequently attending them throughout in the near future. Just a quick rundown, and I apologize if y'all don't have copies of this next month. I'll try to do a little better on that, and I'm sorry for that. Just the 2021 numbers, I just want to run through these real quick. For total residential building permits, we had 303. We had 80 commercial building permits with a total construction cost of $91,713,044. With that, in 2022, we did see a rise in that, especially on residential. We had 414 residential building permits with 99 commercial building permits, with a construction cost of $159,536.92. I'm sorry, $563,092. That's a difference of $67,823,048. We're definitely starting to see more development come along. We're happy for that. On the current board meeting that I have coming up this Tuesday, I'm actually getting permission to hire another inspector because we definitely have a need for it. with that being said, we do have some things we're wanting to kind of change up as far as in the building department this year, trying to bring in some training to kind of help our building community out. I feel like there's a dying need for that. So that's kind of where we are right now, and like I said, next month I'll hopefully have some more details for y'all, a little more breaking it down in depth.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all.
All right. We have one case that's on the agenda that was administratively approved, case 2926. Ben, any additional details on that one? All right.
No, sir.
And then on the consent agenda, we just have the one case. Did we get any communication from the community? All right. If there's no discussion on the consent agenda, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, that takes us to our one public hearing for this evening. It's a public hearing for case number 2928. David Blackburn has filed a request for final plat amendment for Oxford Commons Phase 1, Lot 4, for property located at the northeast intersection of Commonwealth Boulevard and Sisk Avenue. Ben?
This property is located in the Oxford Commons Planned Unit Development, and it's at that northeast portion of Sisk Avenue, and it's east of Commonwealth Boulevard. The property measures approximately 16 acres, and it was originally Lot 4, platted in 2005 with the Oxford Commons Phase 1 subdivision. The applicant is proposing a modification to subdivide Lot 4 into 3 lots with a common area that is used for regional stormwater detention. The proposal meets all the bulk requirements, the lot width, lot size, lot area of the Land Development Code, and staff has not received a modified copy of the covenants. That's a condition of approval. The applicant did provide a letter of who they believed is directly interested in this modification or potentially adversely affected in this particular modification. That's included in your report. Engineering did provide comments related to water, sewer, access, traffic, stormwater management, and staff has a recommendation, unless any other parties are determined to be directly interested or adversely affected, we recommend approval with the 5 conditions listed in your staff report. Paul Kashanian is here, and he can speak to any questions that you might have, and I'm also happy to entertain any questions that you do have.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions?
I got one that I wanted to ask because I didn't really understand. Talking about some lawsuit and who has ownership of the detention pond and possibly moving that for a road. And really, I don't particularly care other than ask legal counsel that we're not violating any court order by approving this.
No, and this has been 4 or 5 years ago at this point. There was a dispute among some of the property owners out there about who had access to that common drainage, and I think this is language that carried over. I think this is language that carried over from the last approval that we had. But I don't, my recollection is that there's not a problem with it, that everybody's worked everything out. It's just pro forma, making sure nothing else has happened. But the last time this came up, I checked the docket, and there wasn't anything that prevented anybody from going forward with this.
Okay.
I think that's correct.
Any other questions? Anyone from the audience wish to speak or online? All right. If there are no other questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion on case number 2928 for the final plat amendment.
I move that we grant the final plat approval with the 5 conditions listed.
I have a motion to approve, subject to staff conditions. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right. It is approved. Unless there's any more business to come before the commission, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? All right. We're adjourned.
Record?